License and registration, now. The officer's voice was sharp, demanding, and loud enough for everyone in the parking lot to hear. Retired Master Sergeant David Harper, standing beside his truck in a quiet grocery store lot, looked up calmly. He'd just helped an elderly woman load her bags, but apparently kindness wasn't enough to make him invisible. The officer didn't ask what he was doing, didn't explain what this was about. He just pointed at David's veteran plates and the decal on his rear window, one that read, U.S. Army, retired. Then came the line that changed everything. You people love pretending you still matter. David raised his brows, stunned. Excuse me? You heard me, the officer snapped. Stolen valor is a crime. You can't just slap a badge on a truck and call yourself a hero. People nearby began to stare. A mother pulled her child a little closer. Another man pulled out his phone and hit record. David didn't flinch. He reached into his pocket slowly and handed over his military ID. The officer glanced at it, barely looked. This could be fake, he said. That's when David said 10 words, calm, cold, and clear. Would you like to call the Secretary of Defense? The officer scoffed. Is that supposed to scare me? David didn't raise his voice. He didn't posture. He just pulled out his phone and dialed. The call rang once, then answered. This is General Lawson. The tone was crisp, commanding, the same voice that had once given orders during critical missions overseas. David turned the phone toward the officer. He'd like to speak with you. Suddenly, the parking lot felt a lot quieter. The officer hesitated, then took the phone. Yes, sir? A pause. His posture shifted. His eyes widened. Yes, sir. I didn't realize. No, sir. I'll stand down immediately. He handed the phone back with trembling hands, mumbling, My apologies. David took the phone, ended the call, and looked him straight in the eyes. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to every man and woman who ever wore the uniform, the ones who didn't come home. At that point, the small crowd around them broke into scattered applause. Not for drama, not for show, but for justice, quiet, overdue justice. What the officer didn't know was that David had served 26 years in the army. 3 tours in Iraq, 2 in Afghanistan, Bronze Star, Purple Heart. He never spoke about it. He didn't need to. His actions and his silence carried more weight than any speech. He'd trained soldiers who now led battalions. He'd buried friends with his own hands. And today, on American soil, he'd been accused of pretending by someone who couldn't tell a patch from a legacy. The video went viral within hours. Officer tries to arrest real veteran and gets humiliated. Millions of views, thousands of comments. Veterans across the country shared their own stories, some heartbreaking, some infuriating. But all of them echoed the same truth. Too many forget what respect looks like. The department launched an investigation. Turns out that officer had multiple complaints filed for power tripping, but this one finally pushed it over the edge. He was removed from field duty within 48 hours. A week later, he turned in his badge. As for David, he didn't speak to the media. He didn't take interviews. When asked, he said, I'm not the story. Every soldier who never got a phone call home, that's the story. But on the anniversary of his retirement, something unexpected happened. The same grocery store parking lot, same time of day. Except this time, there were flags, salutes, and a line of veterans waiting to shake his hand. Some brought their kids. One young man said, Sir, because of that video, I finally signed up. David simply nodded. Then make it count. Never underestimate quiet dignity. Never assume a uniform ends when service does. And never forget, some warriors still walk among us. Not for glory, but because they never stopped serving. Did this story move you? Type yes in the comments and let us know where you're watching from. Every like, share, and comment keeps our community growing stronger. Subscribe now and be part of our global family of storytellers.